Hola mis amigos, today we are going to be reviewing this digital kitchen scale from Vont. This is a stainless steel kitchen scale and it has quite a few things that sets it aside from other kitchen scales, one of which is very obvious right now. As you can see, it does come with this stainless steel mixing bowl, so you have everything that you need to get started with your recipe. Another thing that is a bit different about this scale is that this one includes a digital kitchen timer as well as a temperature sensor, so it can actually sense the temperature of the ingredients that you have on the scale. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to zoom you in to the display so that you can see everything that we are going to be testing. And then I am just going to show you how we use the scale. This scale works the same as any other scale that I have reviewed on the channel. And as you know, measuring your food by weight actually allows you to enjoy the recipe as the recipe creator intended, and it allows for a more foolproof way of cooking because you are using exactly the ingredients and measurements that the recipe calls for. So the first thing that we want to go ahead and do is turn the device on here. And I don't know if you can see that display too well. Let me see if I can zoom you in just a little bit more. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start adding some ingredients. I'm going to press the unit button here to switch over to, let's do ounces. And here I have a green apple. I'm just going to drop that right into the scale. And that is weighing out at 9 ounces for us. So next, let's say we want to add some more ingredients. What we're going to do is zero out or tare the scale. So here we have the Z/T button. We're going to press that. And you see we are now zeroed out. So now let's see what happens when we add, here's a tomato. I'm just going to drop that right in. And that is measuring at 4.44 ounces. And without zeroing out the scale, I'm going to start adding some other ingredients. Here we have some jalapenos. I'm just going to drop those in. That is weighing at 5.82 now. Now we're at 5.78. I'm going to add another one. 7.05. And you can switch your units on the fly. So I'm just going to press the unit button. And now we're at grams. So everything that we have in here, well, since the last time we zeroed out the scale, is measuring at 200 grams. So that's pretty much how the scale works. It works just like any other scale. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other features here. So I'm just gonna zero this out just to clear that. And if we just press here, this is the temperature and the timer button. So I'm just going to press that once, and you can see here it changes the temperature to Celsius. So that's reading at 19.4 degrees Celsius. If I press it again, we're going to switch back to Fahrenheit, and it's reading at 66.9 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's kind of picking up the ambient room temperature at the moment. Now, of course, if you want to use the timer, what we're going to do is press and hold the button. And then over here we have the timer function starting. So I'm just going to set a few seconds. So get that back up. I'm going to press it one more time again, and now we're down at the last few seconds. So I'm going to, actually, let's go one more. And we're just going to go 3 seconds. And then you just press the time button again. And let's see what happens. It's counting down. And we are beeping. And I read in the manual, I believe it said that it will beep like this 50 times before shutting off. So this does give you the opportunity to make sure that you don't miss your alarm. And then whenever you do get to it, you just press the temperature and time button again. And there it is. We are back and ready to go. Okay, so now we're zoomed right back out, and now we want to go ahead and test the minimum weight, because as you know, many scales do have a minimum requirement before it starts to actually measure anything. And if you are working with micro measurements, then you might not be able to get the measurements that you are looking for such a small measurement. For example, let's say that we are making a mug cake. Making a mug cake requires very small amounts of ingredients that may not show up on the scale. So let's find out what our minimum is. I'm just going to take the bowl away here and empty it. And we're gonna put the empty bowl back on the scale. And I'm going to turn it on, and we're gonna go to grams because I think that's a fair weight measurement. We're already there. So here I just have a little bit of sugar, and I'm going to slowly sprinkle in some sugar. Let me zoom you in just a little bit more so that you can see what we have on the screen. Let me move some of that lighting back. All right, and I'm just going to slowly sprinkle in some granulated sugar and see how long it takes for us to get a measurement. Now, this might be different depending on the vessel that you're using because we are using the bowl that's included. So this might be different if we were using our own. Oh, so we stopped right there. I don't know if you saw that, but right at 3 grams, that's when we got the first measurement. Right now we do have 5 grams in, but it's looking like 3 grams is going to be the minimum. I'm going to take this off and try it one more time. Let's see if we get a different number or if I can get it to stop at 3 grams. It's kind of hard because we're working with such a small measurement here. Okay, we're still sprinkling. I'm just trying to wait for a number to pop up. There we go. 3, and now we stopped at 4, but 3 grams is definitely going to be your minimum. So that's something to think about when you are purchasing this scale. All in all, this is a fantastic kitchen scale, even if not for the bowl itself. I think that's genius that they included a mixing bowl. And I do like the additional features of the timer as well as the temperature sensor. The timer is a pretty big deal for me because I usually use either my microwave or my stove as the kitchen timer, but I can't use the timer and also use the device at the same time for my personal devices. So this is going to be great for me because I can use this as a timer. Special thanks to Vont for allowing us to try out their digital kitchen scale. I will have a link in the description box below for purchase, as well as a 10% discount code that is going to work not only for this kitchen scale, but for any Vont products. So definitely check out the links below and browse everything they offer and enjoy. I'll see you next time.